You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 334 for Sunday the 11th of October 2020.
Where dreams begin.
Well, hello and welcome to the Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle, and how are you this week?
Well, we should say fortnight, really, because we missed last week because of kerfuffle and feeling poorly and not feeling great and wardrobing and this, that and the other.
I think it's, we always have this time of year, you know, schools are notorious for germs going around anyway at the best of times. And I think added with the whole current situation, shall we say, I think we're both finding work is kind of all-encompassing at the moment, and then you add into that, you know, just life getting in the way, and all of a sudden time seems to disappear.
Yes, I totally agree. And for those people out of the education loop who just think, you know, the kids are just going and the teachers are just sitting around reading a magazine all day. No. But you know what? I am loving every minute being with those kids. Those kids are coming in. They are showing such resilience to work, try their best, despite all of the things that have been going on. You know, maybe they've had a family bereavement through COVID. Maybe they're upset that they can't go and visit their grandparents. And they're coming in and they're just so thrilled to be there. And I'm loving every minute of it. But it is draining, and I think last week we just took the decision for our mental health. We needed to have a day or a weekend away.
Sometimes you just need to take a step back, don't you, and recharge the batteries and come back bigger and stronger.
Yeah, because we want to talk about Disney on the show, and
we do.
It is challenging when you've not been for so long. I've not been for so long, and it feels so long, and I've had so many trips cancelled this year. It's, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing, isn't it? It's, you know, we are still very passionate about Disney, and we love Disney to bits, and it just feels that it's just so much out of reach at the moment, isn't it? You know, it's like it's there, but it's not there, and it's great being able to see people that are being able to get out to the parks and enjoy what they can while they're there. And it's just like, if we could only, but it's just that inevitable. You reach out and it's there, but you just can't quite get there.
Yeah, well, I had the Paris trip booked and it clashes with the day I was going to go for my surgery. So, you know, hey-ho, one of those things.
Yeah, need more important this time around, isn't it?
It is. And while I'm thinking about Paris, my head's and heart is out there to all of the cast members, all the Disney employees who got that fateful phone call, basically letting them go from, for many, much needed income, a much loved job, being able to make the magic for us guests happen. All I can think of is that when things start coming back to normal, that you can get, you know, back to your dream job. And I just hope in the meantime that financially you and your families, you know, are able to get by, find other employment and stay happy, healthy and with a roof over your head.
Yeah, I think that's all, you know, that's what we can wish for at the moment, isn't it? And I think particularly when you hear the layoffs within the Disney empire, your heart does kind of break a little bit, because you know that these people that do these jobs love what they do. It's you know, it's not like, oh yeah, I've got a 9-to-5 job, I need to go and do it because I need the money. There's always that element in any work that you do, but with Disney cast members, it's another level, isn't it? And your heart goes out to them, because not only are they losing their income, but they're no longer able to do what they love doing for a company that they love as well. And that's the stinger in it all.
Yeah, and we've seen many things being announced. You know, we're going to be losing the orchestra over at the Grand Floridian.
Yeah.
We're going to be Yeehaw Bob's going from Port Orleans. Lots of really classic, iconic things that people love to go back to. And then this week we heard there's going to be no gingerbread house over at the Grand Floridian. possibly not one over at the Disneyland Hotel either. And it just sort of, these things are taking back your experience, because these are the things that when you go to the theme parks on a regular basis, these are the little cherries on the sundae. But now it's getting to the point, it's no longer just the cherry that's going, it's the whipped cream, it's the sprinkles, and all you're left with is the core ice cream, i.e. rides and attractions.
Yeah, and I suppose we have to think as well, the people that are making these decisions, it can't be easy for them either. Because if they've been brought up with the whole Walt Disney ethic of, making this show that people are being exposed to the best possible experience ever, and they recognise that they're having to pull things that we all love and care about, but at the same time, unfortunately, money's going to have to factor into it, isn't it? And it's the cherry that's a little bit extra that has to go first, unfortunately. Not that I'm saying it's any, it's a good reason, but it's just an unfortunate fact of life at the moment. So I would like to think that those people making those decisions are doing so with a heavy heart. That's the only way I can comfort myself, is to think that way.
Yeah, true. And I'm sure they are. And I've seen, posts that Josh D'Amaro was down in Disneyland and cast members were invited to go and have a chat with him. At least, he fronted up and he was able to be, present for people to sort of let their angst out to him.
I do feel sorry for Disneyland though. It must be so frustrating that they still haven't been given that permission. And Universal, because it's not just obviously Disneyland that's been affected, but the element of, we've got the other side of the coast with high rates that are open and functioning perfectly fine with no outbreaks attributed to them. Why can it not happen in California? And that's the gut-wrenching thing, I think, in all of this. It was looking so promising, wasn't it, a few weeks back, when you could see plexiglasses going up and stuff, and it's still not happened. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. But I do feel incredibly blessed that so many lovely Californian friends have reached out and offered on trips to downtown Disney, that they've been, saying, oh, do you need anything picking up? Is there anything? Because they know that we know in the UK our Disney stores are nowhere near as expansive as the USA ones, and it's so nice that we've got so many people who reach out and sort of say, hey, do you want anything picking up? Is there anything that you need? Blah blah blah. So that's great. So really, really do appreciate that, the both of us.
And if that's our little way of supporting Disney while we can, that's the other thing, isn't it, with all of this, is like, we may not be able to go to the parks, but if we can, throw a bit of cash their way, so to speak, through, a little bit of online shopping, we'll happily oblige.
Well, talking of online shopping, that's an air segue, that, isn't it? Talking of online shopping.
I might know what I'm doing with this podcast malarkey,
I know. I have up in front of me the Disney Store USA website, and there are a few things that I have had my eye caught by, and I thought I would sort of mention them because they're fairly new things out. Okay. And I was just wondering, what your thoughts were, if there were anything that you was sort of being enticed by. And for me, I love a good Disney bag.
Don't we all?
I love my Disney bags, but I've got quite a lot of Dooney and Burke's, but I've only got one or two of the Vera Bradley ones. Okay. And in the UK, Vera Bradley is not really a well-known name. To be honest, it's only the odd person every now and again in the Disney community you might bump into that has even got one. So to have her do a range of her subtle Disney floral designs got me really excited. And I see she's got a sweet treats range, and it's beautiful with cerise and lavender and purple and little touches of yellow, because there's Pluto popping up and there's Mickey shoes and there's Goofy. It's so adorable. And the lining, oh my god, it's got sweet treats. I literally want to turn the bag inside out, because there's like Mickey bars, there's Dole Whips, there's Mickey donuts, there's candy floss in the shape of a Mickey head. This is amazing! And they've got so many different designs of this bag. I'm not kidding, Jane. I am like, oh my god, it is amazing. They have like a little sling one, or they have a satchel, or a crossbody one. There's a large back, but I've got to get one. I've just decided I have to get one. I know they've got the floral version as well, which I'm not as keen on. The Sweet Treats one is just up my alley, especially when they're pairing it with a really nice grey. So I can see that being winging its way across the Pacific or Atlantic, whichever way around the plane's going to go.
Well, I must admit, when you mentioned it, and I kind of just got the image up now, and it is quintessentially you, Michelle. It not only combines your love of couture and handbags, but of snacks as well.
It does. The only gripe I'm going to say about it, well, there's two gripes.
Okay.
The first one is when I'm buying something like this, it all depends on the placement of the characters. And I wouldn't want Mickey Mouse to be placed in a position where every now and again I'd be opening a zip over his head. I just couldn't do it. I'd just go, oh my God, I am zipping open Mickey's head. Or zipping across Pluto's middle. It's just wrong. So
I wonder what you were going to say there, Michelle, for a moment.
I personally would like to choose this so I could ensure the placement. But that's the downside of online shopping, I suppose, in these times. And another downside, it is a fabric bag and we live in a notoriously wet country.
Yeah, that is a little bit of an issue sometimes over here, isn't it?
Yeah. So what grabbed your fancy, one of the items you had a little look at?
Well, I'm going to go on a bag route as well, Michelle.
Ooh.
Now, I thought I would be a good girl and stick to Disney Store UK.
Okay.
I don't know why I do this to myself every time, because then I just get frustrated. But anyway, having said that, I came across two bags by Loungefly and the Star Wars ones, and I have not seen these before at all, and that's why they caught my eye. And they're both crossbody bags as well, which I'm not a big, although I love all the like the Loungefly backpacks and everything. I personally am not happy wearing a backpack on my back, or on my shoulder. I like to know where my bag is at all times. I'm a bit OCD about that. So crossbody bags are my sort of thing. Now these are two Loungefly. They're called Star Wars Rebel bags. The only slight concern I have is that they are white. Now, you know, white is not great at picking up muck and stuff. They are wiped clean, so although they look leather, then they're probably not leather. They're going to be fake, aren't they? But I'm thinking as an occasional bag that's not going to get used every day. That would be, you know, I can maybe cope with white in that respect. But they are part of the Rebel range. So the really cool thing is that they've incorporated into one of them. They've got it's a crossbody bag with a long strap handle, but it's also got a grab handle as well, and it's a gold circle. But in the circle at the base is the Rebel Alliance Firebird symbol.
Oh, I know you like that symbol,
which I've already got tattooed on me. Which is why obviously I got drawn to this. But the really cool thing,
I like that.
But the really cool thing is on the other bag. The other bag is actually like a clutch crossbody, so it's more of a rectangular type shape, if that makes sense. And on the front of it, so it's got like a gold chain link strap, but on the front it has the word Rebel in gold across like a white band. But the second E is actually, say, the Rebel Alliance Starbird's symbol, but turned on its side. So it looks really classy and really, really effective, but also that element of it plays right into what I like about something like the Disney couture type clothing, where if you know what you're looking at, you know it's Star Wars or you know it's Disney, but the average Joe in the street wouldn't know.
True.
They would just see the word Rebel and that would be it. They wouldn't really correlate where it's coming from. So yes, I was very pleasantly surprised when I thought, Loungefly, I like Loungefly. Star Wars, I like Star Wars too, and I've never seen these bags before. So, and at £70 each, I didn't think that was too bad.
And if it's the UK store,
exactly. So
bear in mind, my lovely, I can get discount, I believe, till the end of October using my military discount.
Oh, you're my best friend, Michelle.
Yeah, you know, I've just applied this morning to see if I can literally get one after looking at all, because I can get it in the store, but getting it for online use is a little bit more challenging. But Leave it with me. We'll talk off air.
Ooh, there you go.
And
Friends in high places.
And as you've got a birthday coming up and a Christmas coming up, I am sure Simon Phipps will be able to negotiate behind the scenes with me. Because if the discount's there...
Well, it would be rude not to, Michelle, wouldn't it?
It would. Well, they sound some cracking bags, them, Jayne.
They are. I'm very pleasantly surprised that, say, we all know Disney Store UK, no offence Disney Store UK, you do an okay-ish job, and that's being generous. You know, if you like Disneyland Paris stuff, you get that on there. You can't get any US parks on there, even though it has a little icon that says Parks Shop. It ain't. It's Disneyland Paris Shop, and that's it. You know, so and they're very good at sending me discount vouchers through. And please order by this time, you get free delivery. And I go on with all the intention of spending money, and then I struggle.
Yeah. Well,
but, you know.
If we're talking about bags, what more could be perfect to go with a bag but a new frock?
Mm-hmm.
And on the USA store site, there is one that I think is amazing. I love the stylisation of the Art Deco type period.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And there's a Fantasia dress, and I don't know if you've seen that, but there's the iconic fan styling, and then at the bottom, it's edged with thistles that appear to have legs, and then there's a trio of brooms holding pails of water. There's the hippo with the tutu. There's the flamingo ostrich in there, and at the middle there's Mickey on what appears to be like a fan of water. It is stunning. I haven't fathomed out what the material is and what the fit would be like, but that is lovely. And at the moment, a top tip for you is it's only available in extra small, so I think you need to get that for you, because I think extra small might be a tad cosy on me, but there's so many dresses on the website. It's like, oh my heavens, there's a brilliant Coco one.
Yes.
There's a Star Wars skirt, which I thought of you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
However, they have got an inside-out halter top romper with removable skirt, and it looks like someone has been to Hobbycraft or Hobby Lobby or whatever it's called in the UK and got some different coloured sort of netting and tied it round a white outfit that they got from Primark, and it's just so bad. Really is bad. I wouldn't pay $128 for it.
Yeah, I have seen that one, Michelle, and I would agree with you. It does kind of look a bit like, yes, homemade to say the least. But having said that, there are some other beautiful dresses out there. And again, why do we not get them in the UK? We want to wear dresses as much as the American people want to wear dresses.
Absolutely.
You know, we have fantastic sites over here that do this particular style of dress. You know, there is a market for it, Disney. Please listen to this podcast. Please bring these dresses over here, because Jayne would spend her money.
Yeah. Do you see anything else online that caught your fancy?
Well, I then went jewellery, because obviously bag, clothes, jewellery, you know, just because you do. Now, the first one that caught my eye, and again, I'm sticking to the UK site over here, on this as well, because I thought, well, you know, let's go where I can go. And I have to admit, this is one of those necklaces that I've constantly gone back to and never gone and bought. It's a very simple necklace. It's the Couture Kingdom. It's mini ears on a headband. It's rhodium plated, so you've got the little, I could imagine a pair of little mini ears with a red bow, black ears, all like sparkly on a chain. It's very simple, very elegant. Again, it's my sort of thing, because I've got a few little Minnie Mouse things like this where people have commented, they've obviously seen something sparkling, and then they've realised what it is, and I love that element of people will see it at a glance and not know what it is, and then they'll come back to you and go, oh, it's Minnie, you know. I love that element of it, and it's only £79, so it's not, you know, mega expensive, is it?
Not really.
No.
Not really. That's quite a reasonable price for that. Yeah. I must admit, I stayed clear of the jewellery, because you know me and my jewellery, but I did have a little look at a Chrysalu Maleficent necklace with like a little crystal at the bottom and the Maleficent horns. That did catch my eye. But moving away from sort of like girly stuff.
Oh, okay.
Epcot International Food and Wine Festival 25th anniversary appetizer plastic plate with hole for putting in your own wine glass. How amazing will that be to have when you're allowed friends round to your house to give them one of these, and they can put their little horses d'oeuvres, their hors d'oeuvres, on the little plastic tray glass plate thing, and maybe get some trash cans in the garden and replicate the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. Jayne, I'm so on for it because I've seen the top of your garden now. I've got it all planned out.
Okay.
You're going to have like a Germany thing with some sausages, because sausage is keto, with some sort of cabbage-ish. So that's your Germany pavilion. Okay. Then you're going to have a little one just for me who's going to be naughty. France with some macaroons. And some choux pastry delights covered in chocolate and filled with creme pâtissière. Maybe we'll have some cheese soup from Canada. We'll have that tucked in. Obviously, we've got to have some sushi from Japan. And you can give us all one of these plate things. They're only $8. And we can go around and have a pretend Epcot Food and Wine Festival. I've got it sorted.
Okay, that's fine. I'm up for that, no problem. It's very nice. I always think that's very 1970s, sort of having your wine holder on your plate. I don't know, I've got this image of posh dinner parties and people doing that sort of dinner parties that I would never ever get invited to.
Yeah, well, we could go on for hours talking about all the amazing little Disney snacks that we can have on this little plastic plate. I just think, homeware, for me, Disney are just elevating it, particularly in the USA store. There's like, I made my Christmas cake for Christmas, and it still puzzles me that Americans don't do this, but it's basically a fruit cake with about 1.5 pounds of dried fruit marinated in alcohol for 4 days, put together with some butter, flour, sugar and eggs, made into a fruit cake, and then it's left for 3 months while you keep feeding it more and more and more alcohol, so that anybody who eats this cake on Christmas Day needs breathalyzing the minute they leave. And if that wasn't enough, the cake is then covered in marzipan, then covered in fondant icing, and then it should be placed majestically on the Mickey Mouse cake stand from Disney Eats, because there's a golden Mickey holding up this cake stand. Now, I hope Mickey's been eating spinach, because my fruitcake normally weighs a few pounds.
Yeah, it's a classic British tradition, isn't it? You've got to have a fruitcake with loads of icing on it at Christmas.
And cheese.
And cheese, of course. You've got to eat cheese with it. Amazing combination of fruitcake and cheese. Sounds really weird for those that don't do it. It is amazing, though. Yeah.
But you could go mad looking at it. They've got the Disney Ink and Paint ceramic serving platter with like little splodges of the coloured paint. I love it. There's some ceramic jar sets. There's tea towels galore. There is a cute little kiddies ink and paint apron. Oh, the homeware store, I could just literally just blow the entire credit card balance I've got at the moment just buying stuff like, there's even a glass balloon toothpick holder on the website at the moment. But the pinnacle, the greatest thing that I must acquire is that they have a Mousewares kitchen towel set. There's monorails on it. There is the castle. There's little icons. Oh, £20 I think is ridiculous for 2 towels, but at the moment, not having a Disney trip, I could argue that, couldn't you, Jayne?
I would think so, yeah, because think of all the money you've saved by not going.
Thousands. So what's a few £100 on tea towels? Anything else from you, Jayne, on the shop?
Well, I kind of stuck with the jewellery theme, and when you're scrolling down, you're looking for bits and bobs, and you're just having a bit of a perusal. And I saw this lovely little charm bracelet. I thought, oh, that's pretty. And I expected it. This probably doesn't really do it any justice. I thought, oh, it's just one of those quote unquote cheap ones that's maybe more designed for kids than it is for adults, because it wasn't in the gift section. It wasn't like, I wasn't looking at the jewellery section. I thought, oh, that's pretty, and then I realised it wasn't actually a cheap one that I thought it was. It's the Arabesque Mickey Mouse charm bracelet. It's only £130, But if I say it quick
Ouch.
enough, it doesn't. If I say it quick like that, it doesn't matter, does it? It kind of glosses over it.
Was that
But
pounds, though?
pounds, yes.
Oh, I was going
UK
to say if it was
sterling.
going to be dollars, you could sort of...
No, this is UK sterling. So, but it is Arabesque, and you get it in like a little, branded gift box and everything, and it's got nice little Mickey charms going all the way around it. You've got you've got like a little Mickey head, and you've got a little Mickey hand, and there's a blue jeweled one, and then there's a little sparkly one, a little swirly one, and there's like a little Mickey head one that is actually forms part of the clasp, so it does look a bit like you've got something going inside Mickey's head, admittedly, but but it was pretty, and I thought, oh, this will be one of those cheapy ones that I'm quite happy to wear all day, sort of thing, at work and stuff. And if it gets broken, it doesn't really matter. Then I realised that I wasn't looking at what I thought I was looking at. I thought, maybe not for £130, but it is pretty.
Yeah. Okay, I'm now going to go somewhere that some people might not be quite comfortable with at this time of year, but I know Halloween is not over yet, but you have to buy your Christmas ornaments early because otherwise, when it comes to buying them in December, there's none left.
Oh, yeah.
And looking at the website, there are a few that are screaming to me, these are going to be the hot tickets. There's a Carl and Ellie wedding sketchbook ornament from Up, $19.99 in dollars. There's a Forky holding up a peppermint candy cane, which again, that is just gonna just fly out of the store because I think that's so good. There's a couple of Madame Leota light up ones, but to be honest, I think personally these are the things that are keeping me awake at 3:00 in the morning because they are quite terrifying. So I don't know if I'd really want to buy one of those.
Okay.
It's scary. There is an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit sketchbook ornament. Again, Oswald, people who know their Disney will understand it, will want this, will track it down somehow. I think those are going to be the big selling items this Christmas. But Jayne, just one for you. And I really want this. It's to the point that after I finish this podcast recording, I'm going to be speaking with Mr. Anthony Markham to see if he can enable me. There's a Mickey Mouse soaring around the world ear hat ornament. Oh my God, there's Mickey on top, there's the ears, it's got the soaring logo. All I need is Patrick's voice telling me to buckle up and take my ears off my head, and I am on that attraction. So, yeah.
The only thing I would say, and I love all the little Christmassy bits that Disney do, but I kind of like a bit more Christmas in my hanging ornaments sometimes, because sometimes they're just the character hanging, but I like to have a little bit of snow on them, or a little bit like the Forky with the candy cane. That's okay because the candy cane is Christmas. If it was just Forky hanging on its own, well, it's not, but that's just me because I like Christmas. So.
Yeah, I know. I've had Tom Wittering all the way through lockdown. Can we put the Christmas tree up? Can we put the Christmas tree up? Can we put the monorail up? Can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah,
well, I did say at one point that if we got to September and we were still in lockdown, I was putting the Christmas lights out. I haven't, by the way, but yeah, it was tempting when we were in a hard lockdown to that was going to be the thing that kept me going.
Yeah. Oh, was there anything else at all you had seen on the website that was tempting you to open your wallet, lovey?
Not really, darling. I think when I found the £130 charm bracelet, I thought I'd better stop looking.
There is one thing that I think you need.
Oh.
It's on the UK store.
Okay.
It will need my discount. There is a Disney Store Mickey and Minnie gingerbread house cookie jar, and it's so cute.
Well, see, I wouldn't use it for cookies, but I'd quite happily have it as an ornament at Christmas.
Yeah. I think with your studio what's-it-face, it'd look really, really good. And you could possibly put in it maybe some sticks of Dairy Lee.
Have a cheesy jar rather than a cookie jar.
Yeah. I think that'd work really, really well.
That.
How about it? Shall I try and order us two?
Hey, with your discount, does that mean we get almost two for the price of one? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Well, I think at the moment they're offering 20% for
Wow.
military discounts. So, yeah, I think it's quite good. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, guys, we invite you to let us know on our social media outlets. Is there anything that you've seen that you're really, really wanting to click and put into your Disney shopping basket? Is there an ornament that you think's going to be the big seller? Is there anything that you've been buying? Why not share it with us at Dream Girls over on Twitter or Instagram? You can pop on by our Disney Dream Girls podcast family page, join up and share your love of Disney with us. We do a weekly quiz, although we didn't do one last week, but it's normally weekly. We do a weekly quiz on a Sunday, and that's a lot of fun because we just end up chatting and give out prizes, which is fun. But before we sign off the show, Jane, I'm going to put out a little bit of a challenge out there, and I'm hoping our lovely listening family can help us.
Oh.
I'm getting a kitten.
Oh, another pussycat.
I know. There is a rationale because our oldest cat, Marie, bless her, she's just turning 10 on the 28th of October. And she just basically likes an easy life. She just wants to chillax and relax. Well, we also have our lovely little Lilybell. And Lilybell is a very rambunctious 4-year-old who literally likes climbing up things, balancing on top of TVs and running around the house at 9 miles an hour. For a cat, that's quite fast. So she needs a play buddy. So we got in touch with the people we got Lilybell from, and they've just delivered a little baby boy. And he's so cute. He's tiny. He literally, she sent me a picture of him and he was like 5 days old and he was in like the size of the palm of his hand. Tiny. So we've got to think of a name for the new Kittykins. He's a boy.
Right.
We're not quite sure what coloration he's going to end up. It could be chocolate, it could be lilac Burmese. Not quite sure yet. So, yes, because basically Tom wants to call the cat a scientific name because we've got Marie, who was Marie from the Aristocats, although Tom thinks it was Marie for Marie Curie.
But we know better.
We know better. And then Lilybell, which he still thinks is to do with some famous scientist called Lily. And he's now wanting to call the new baby Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, please help me. I am not calling my kitten Oppenheimer.
Well, it's a bit of a
Seriously.
mouthful, isn't it?
It is a mouthful. It's ridiculous. And I know our lovely friends from Diz Down Under, I sent them a little picture of the little cutie pie, and Kat just basically said, "Oh my God, they're so cute." And Lewis was thinking, well, maybe calling the kitty Simba or Erasmus.
But it would be cool if we could find a Disney boy name that we could also convince Tom has scientific meaning.
True. I've been looking for famous scientists called Walter because I really love the idea of calling my cat Walter because I think it's a very, very regal name. It's got brilliant Disney connections. But guys, if you can think of a newer name, a snazzier Disney name that I could call this beautiful kitty, come on, he's going to get a load of hassle because he's living in a house with 2 other female cats.
He needs a strong name then.
He needs
really?
a strong, powerful name. So that's maybe why Tom came up with Oppenheimer.
There's no Hercules, is there? Scientific connection.
No, but I think that'd get nicknamed Hercules. Come and get your kitty dinner. No. Anyway, yeah. So please help me. Please send me some suggestions because I want a Disney cat name. So, but yeah, so that's basically it. Before we end, just a big shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you ever so much for helping us to keep the show up and running, helping us keep the costs under cover by your generous subscription and payments each month. There will be some additional audio coming to you. I know we haven't been as on the game as we could be, but we are getting there, Jane. We are getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, and if I'm going to be working from home for the next 2 weeks, it'll be easiest to get together and do some recording.
Absolutely.
I hope. And then I might just have a week off to recover from the surgery.
As you deserve, yeah.
Yeah, even though my knee's nothing to do with my mouth at all, but hey, I'll take it. So guys, look after yourself, keep yourself safe. Please, please, please keep in touch with us. Let us know how you are living your Disney Dream Girls life. But until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.